It's amazing Sorochi found a villain that can be worse than Utsuro. My god, he has done it. They should have listened. They should have listened to Utsuro's warning on life after war. Now, they are facing the greatest enemy of all time that has me continuing to question on my country. How? This is the true final arc and is far more devastating than anything before this arc. Worse than any anime that ends with the world being destroyed. But hey, this was a hilarious and holy grail of what chapter in a long time. This does feels like vintage Gintama that we love in the humor side. Not to mention it holds some of pretty heartfelt moments that will get you emotional. After a series of intense action mixed with drama, it's back to the root of laughable segments but with great care to the overall developed story. The adventure of the epilogue continues to be intriguing, brings in the laughs, and ends with a great confusion of what in God's name is going on. The follow-up is pretty hilarious with Shinpachi feels lost yet believes Final Fantasy has brought upon him without realizing it. The little girl truly believes that he's the father. I was still waiting for a mistake to be corrected, but I was just rolling with all the bashing on unrelated note. Shinpachi was getting steamrolled with all negative comments by Otose and Catherine. The real purpose actually comes out when he has no choice but to prove that he can't be the father. So what's his proof? Well, after 2 long years, he has yet lost his virginity. But they already knew that. They just want to troll him hard for acting cool. Ouch! The editor notes in the beginning clearly knows this is a grand parody of cliche epilogue. Wonderful. What follows up is a change of tone for appropriate reason. When the little girl runs out to call for her mother, the panel shows the familiar design of a character on a wheelchair. I got excited to know that Tama was alive and well. Sadly, the next panel stung me bad when I only see her sleeping. The twist is that the girl is Tama 2.0 in a sense, and the original won't be waking up. You know, the recent episode with Tama sacrificing? That still hurts me to this day. I'm happy to see Kintoki alive though. It's understandable on why Tama can't be brought back to life since it wasn't Gengai's creation in the first place. Her sacrifice moment is kept powerful. But I wouldn't mind cheating her death. The girl is called Tamako, and she was made to collect the data of the current timeline for the memory. Perhaps if Tama does wake up one day, she will fill in what Tama has been missing. This is too touching. To top it all, the reason why she called Shinpachi her dad is because Tama loved her friends Yorozuya. She cherished them even when she is completely shut down, and the memory isn't the same with Tamako. It has influenced her so significantly to have the child calling them parent. You know, I hate Onion Ninja. Shinpachi taking care of Tamako does look like a setup for a new series, doesn't it? It's a self-made premise when you think about it. I wouldn't mind for a sequel with these two. The tone is kept sincere, more or less, with Tamako trying to learn as Shinpachi walks. Though the dialogue is comical. The one really funny part is Kintoki told her earlier that Yorozuya would take good care of her because they are perverts that always have a little girl with them. That came out incredibly wrong. The scary part is I still can't confirm that this year anime trend is underage girl in love. Let's not try to go there, shall we? It goes back to completely sincere tone with Tamako ask Shinpachi about Yorozuya. For some reason I thought he would flip out like he has been building up frustration inside. She was pushing forward on the topic, so I got a bit worried. The flashback returns when he announced his next purpose in life. It's the most significant pinpoint of his character so far. He was still going on about restoring his father's dojo, something that has been there since the beginning. The other two have something new that would have them move forward to a new path. Reflecting back at the last chapter, Shinpachi is supposedly fine with his decision, but in reality, he isn't really there in motivational aspect. It's obvious that he is missing something, and he has to do something risky to his usual routine. Otherwise, how can he push forward? This seriously intrigues me, and I don't know how it will conclude, but that can hold because we got a line of hilarity segments. I got to praise Sorochi Tataima's comedy wonderfully, as well as bringing in other characters into the mix. Usually the epilogue will show the separate scenes that don't stay focused on one character, a la Shinpachi and his journey. Perhaps later on we will be separated from him to check on other characters that could be impossible for him to tag along. But Sorochi has proven me wrong before, so who knows. Regardless, it has been a joy so far, and the next part is comedy gold. The way how this segues to the police is hilarious because it ties in with Kintoki's remark on Yorozuya. So now Shinpachi has to pay the price of wrongfully accused. That gotta suck. Somehow they have a device to detect virgin by breathing. I got no comment there. The real kicker is Nobame showing up now as the director. Well deserved. She looks great as ever. Too bad Shinpachi is now titled Pedophile Hero. It's great to see Soyo progress well by running the country and being backed up by Nobame and her forces. It has a women power vibe around it, which is interesting. Though it does follow up with another funny scene with Shinpachi being the victim. It's like it will soon reverse the conflicting issue as men being the one that needs to show their might. I don't think that will be justifiable, right? The law is rather questionable at best. I mean, killing pedophile on the spot is arguable. I won't go there, anybody. But an apology by hanging out and cleaning the window is maddening. Oh well, at least Nobame is having a hell of a lifetime. I did like the fact Sorochi actually follows up on the former government with their tyrant tendency still lives on. Soyo is still young and alone in power, so she can't be taken out at a random moment. Once that happens, it's back to square one. That's a nice added detail on why Nobame assists her after the war, makes the connection in the past arc reasonable and paid off greatly. Nobame takes after Sasaki with her stance for Soyo. It's a really nice closure if you ask me. And then we go to the best part of the chapter. Allow me to say that the delivery is remarkable. I cannot do justice here, but I have to go over the moment that takes the cake on the troll scale. If you thought Kondo marrying to the actual gorilla was bad enough, well, we are presented to something far, far worse. If you are a believer of the ending being a dream, allow me to join you. I don't mind anymore. There's a question of whatever happened to Shinsengumi. Hishikata? Well, he's demoted. What? Saito? He resigned. What? But wait a minute, what about Sogo? Surely everything is good with him. Yeah, it's different from everyone else, alright? He committed seppuku. What? I could sort of understand the first two, maybe, but the last one threw me off completely. Like, what happened? What's the translation? I told you it's the translation. Shinsengumi has an awful ending. I gotta say, I'm a bit uncomfortable with no Yamazaki mention. On the other hand, perhaps he was off on the best timing. I mean, if you compare it with the endings these guys have, yeah, I'll say I'm glad I was killed. The build up to the grand finale is amazing. Why they have a terrible ending? It's because the new era has their first prime minister. And it finally happened. We have the greatest enemies of all enemies in the universe. Donald Trump. Oh, how he corrected Kasura. What? Reality? Drugs? What is going on? The last panel is priceless beyond priceless. I don't care if that makes no sense. It's vintage Gintama. I laugh so much. I cannot believe this is happening. This is not the ending I envisioned, and I love it. The execution is perfect, and it completes his character somehow. unfreaking believable. So yeah, that is confusing as hell on why the ending is becoming tragic. I am positive that there is a motive behind all of this, but I still cannot figure out how the ending will be like. And that's actually a wonderful feeling. This chapter proves Sorochi still has his mighty touch, and is simply glorious. Can this world live for another day? Well, I continue to ask myself in this country, so I am sure they will. I hope. Share your thoughts in the comment. Look at it this way. Maybe, just maybe, if the Shinsengumi turn around, maybe that means Kondo won't have to marry the gorilla. Maybe, I don't know, because they all seem like a horrible ending. That is the way how it was addressed. And Kazuha being the prime minister or Donald Trump, yeah, it could be the most tragic ending that would take all the tragic ending cakes. They are doomed. Thank you, Sorochi, to show me the way. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time. Take care.